Kathy is a maker. Do you know, at Big Sister, we all watch that documentary on GBH. And when we think of the women who paved the way, who really changed how we live now for girls and women, Kathy, we think of you. Because not only does she create this event for all of us to get together every year, to learn, to network, to connect, to support each other. As the vice president of the board of directors for Big Sister, she is allowing girls all over this city to get the opportunity that we have today. Because even in 2013, as you heard from Amy, people still question the need to have an organization focused just on girls. But Kathy is our advocate, our champion, and she's always thinking of ways to help the girls of this city succeed to have the opportunities that we have. So thank you, Kathy Kiley. So now I would like to introduce to you the next speaker, Linda Brennan. You are going to hear a story of a girl growing up in a housing development in Boston, whose life may have taken a very different path had it not been for one caring woman who became her big sister. What you are not going to hear, but what I know for sure, is that Linda Brennan is a woman of courage and conviction. She is a woman who on many occasions and for a variety of audiences has told her very personal story so that hundreds of girls who live in similar circumstances will get the chance that she did. Her honesty and compassion are palpable and real. It is with respect, admiration, and gratitude that I introduce to you my friend, Linda Brennan.
Good afternoon. My name is Linda Brennan, and I am a little sister. When I was a young girl, I never would have dreamed of standing before you today. But thanks to Big Sister Association of Greater Boston and my big sister, Marlene, I am sharing my story with all of you. My parents were orphans, poor, uneducated, physically ill, and often unable to provide me with the care and attention I needed. I grew up in a 4-room apartment in the Bromley Heath housing development in Jamaica Plain. I would walk to school in a winter jacket that was too small and shoes that were held together by adhesive tape so the soles would stay intact. I knew that many families where we lived were struggling with substance abuse, domestic violence, mental illness, incarceration, and poverty. I felt isolated and lonely. That is until I was matched with Big Sister, my big sister Marlene. I was 11 years old. I was nervous, excited, and had so many unanswered questions. What if she doesn't like me? What is she going to be like? Will she be afraid to come into the Bromley Heath to meet me? What will she say when she sees all of the empty soda bottles, newspapers, and rags in my living room? I didn't know the first day when I met Marlene what the future would held for us, but what mattered most was that Marlene showed up. And more than 40 years later, she continues to be part of my life. Marlene was educated, compassionate, and extremely persevering. As I stand here today, I can honestly say that Marlene changed the trajectory of my life. We would see each other almost every week on Saturday or Sundays. Even though she wasn't supposed to pick me up until noon, I would begin waiting for her at 8 o'clock in the morning, watching for her car from my bedroom window. There were times when medical personnel refused to come into my neighborhood unless escorted by the Boston police. However, Marlene would arrive on time, unescorted, with the brightest smile any child could ever ask for. Marlene opened my world, Over the years, we talked about teen pregnancy, politics, civil rights, the arts, religion, women's issues, injustice, and most of all, education. She taught me to set goals and work hard for what I believed in, and that I had the power to make my dreams come true. Marlene talked with me about friends and distancing myself from people who were not making healthy decisions. The more we talked, the bigger I dreamed. I wanted to graduate from school and get a good job. As I watched my friends become complacent with their lives, I was not. I wanted so much more. I wanted things I would never have known about if it wasn't for Marlene. She showed me how to apply to college, get a car, and even one day buy a house. I was 17 years old when I graduated from high school. Marlene was there at my side. My mother passed away the following year. As I struggled with funeral arrangements, grief, and a father to take care of, Marlene was still there. With her encouragement, I attended Boston Business School and then went on to Salem State. I had never known anyone that had graduated from college except for Marlene. After 2 years at Salem State, I began to get discouraged. I was taking care of my father, working 2 jobs, traveling from Jamaica Plain to Salem to attend classes, and I called Marlene, and I told her that I didn't want to disappoint her, but I couldn't do it anymore. There was a long silence on the other end of the line, after which Marlene said to me, "If you tell me you do not want to do this anymore, I will understand, but please don't tell me you cannot do this." Her words were few and simple, but they changed my life. Despite more challenges like the passing of my father, Marlene was always there. I graduated from Salem State and began a career in teaching. Not long after, with Marlene's continued encouragement, I attended Boston University and earned a master's degree in business. I held various teaching and rehabilitation positions, but the most profound was at MCI Framingham, a women's prison. I was surrounded by women who suffered from substance abuse, AIDS, and mental illness. There were women there that were my classmates as a child. We shared the same schools, the same hardships, and the same neighborhood, but they did not have Marlene. I am currently an instructor at the Threshold program at Lesley University in Cambridge. I am married to a wonderful man, have 2 incredible children. My daughter, Jacqueline, recently earned her master's degree of social work from Boston College and presently works in Boston as a social worker and has clients at the Bromley Heath Housing Project. My son, Christopher, is a college graduate and currently works in real estate. Marlene not only changed my life, she changed my family's life. I stand before you as the result of the ripple effect that occurs when you invest in a girl. 4 decades after I was first matched with Marlene, Big Sister Association continues to put caring, supportive women in lives of girls at Bromley Heath, the place I once called home. Like me, these girls will explore more, dream bigger, and go further because someone believed in them. Thank you to Big Sister Association, and thank you to all of you for listening to my story. You now have the chance to give a girl the same opportunity that I had. You all have a story in front of you about a girl who is waiting to be matched with a big sister. Each table has 1 girl. If your table raised $1,000, that's only $100 per person. This will give a girl the chance to be all that she can be. Please take the time now to read this real story about a girl growing up with hopes and dreams, make a financial contribution, and help the girl's dream come true. Thank you. I'd also like to share with you that the proceeds from the silent auction will go to the Big Sister organization. Thank you.